Common Sense by Jeremy Shane Thomas. Chapter 1: The Common Sensibility. Most of us grow up surrounded with people and we do not understand how to be alone with the thoughts. We have our parents and then our friends. We for the most part surround ourselves with people that love and care for us. We feed off of the energy they create in our lives, and then when we inevitably get hurt by them, we then retreat from them or blame them for our pain and struggle. It is a natural thing to blame. Yet, life is always expanding. Life blames no one for life. Life simply lives. We each are given a life with a set of circumstances. We each respond differently to them. Yet, we do seem to carry a grudge when not given a favorite outcome, or perfect life. We do not want to accept anything that is not aligned with a desire. This story is a deep-seated story in each of us. And, of course, that is okay. It is actually the start and the ignition for true knowledge to be created. In fact, it is the paradox of life itself when an individual discovers its meaning in life, a purpose in life. Only within this paradox will we find the energy and reason to seek a meaning to our existence. If we look into history, there is a clear pattern. The people with the most difficult lives that were persecuted, judged, and ridiculed by their family, peers, and community and still somehow maintained a forgiving and compassionate stance for their fellow man are the ones that changed the world. They are the people that chose to create the world instead of living in the world they were given. The most interesting thing is that most of them, almost every prophet ever born, had to leave their setting. They had to leave the place they were born and the people around them to finally be recognized as a visionary. This is a problem that has a solution. You see, all information is within all of us. Yet, we choose not to see what is right in front of us. In our children's words. In our simple and smallest conversations. There are times in all of our lives when you don't know where to go and you need a friend to guide you and there is no one. You finally understand what it is like to be alone. This time is a turning point in all of us. It is an awesome chance to listen to the silence and build from there. To create a space for love to step in and rebuild the foundation for your life. What if there is someone right now in your life giving you the answer and you are not listening? What if every person was a prophet to you and you made it a responsibility to listen and respect each little message that the universe is bringing you? How would the world look if there was a respected, loved and compassionate visionary in each of us that was nurtured and cared for by their fellow man? The goal of any artist, author and philosopher is to find the visionary in every person that stumbles across their work. And this book is in that category. The goal is to find your full self-expression model and inspire you to create an amazing world around you. Be a counsel to everyone you meet. Always have an ear to lend. Show the places in your heart. Make love your language and let patience be your goal. No one is perfect, so you will act out, so you must forgive yourself and be truly present. Which is the ultimate goal. Peace is the reward of presence. Common sense. This phrase has been carried down for generations. I have no idea for how long, but I would guess using common sense a very long time. It is generally used as a slightly higher form of intelligence than stupid. As in, if you ain't that smart, at least you have some common sense. In these pages I would challenge you to examine this phrase, common sense. All of our lives are in need of the common sense, to build a community of support and creativity. A chance for every person brought into this world to see the true potential of their mind, body and soul. The human body is an impossibility in all of the mathematical and science ever created and studied. Yet, here you are with me right now reading these thoughts. You know that you exist and you know that I must have written these words for your growth and success. So, the impossible possibility of human existence is obvious. There is no thing with more potential for greatness in the universe as a human being. Using the common sense that each person you meet is as unique and special as they truly are, we can navigate through life in a profound way. There are a few rules to playing in this wonderland, yet probably not the kind of rules you're used to. The world and the energy flow of information between people has distinct ways that work. There is not a right or wrong way. There are only rules to show us how life can work in an efficient way to create our dreams a reality. You will find that when you can practice and embrace the rules of life, they will become a blessing to you. Rules in this universe are much more simple than we would think. Here are a few rules that we will include in this book to give an idea of how life works. 1. Vulnerability is strength. 2. Relationships with the most potential require the most nurturing. 3. The largest breakdowns in life will become the biggest breakthroughs. 4. Words and thoughts hold the power to create, positive or negative. Are we giving ourselves the benefit of the obvious truth? That our inner self is a more powerful tool than our mind and body. That truly being present on a consistent basis can bring a more workable consciousness to the surface of your being. When this soul, spirit is involved in every choice and your mind, body are fully present, there really is no choice, only an obvious path. We are also all connected together by an invisible force. A common thread that allows us to feel the feelings of what every person or life force feels. We are all empathic beings. In fact, far more than we ever could imagine. This common thread is the common sense. The knowing that we are all connected and in this together. The very meaning of your life is connected to everyone you meet. The potential for all of your dreams is locked inside a beautiful vault called another. Your connection to your tribe of souls is your ticket to a magical life. Your common sense is going to develop far more than you can imagine once this knowledge sinks into your psyche. Look around you. It is not a secret that you are surrounded by beautiful souls. Connect and be fearless with your love. Our thinking mind is the enemy of peace and joy in our lives. The constant turning and churning of trivial worries is the source of many people's anxiety today. Our minds are filled with problematic themes. The worst of this is the incredible capacity of our brains to hold information. What begins to happen is complete and total unawareness. Our minds can be enveloped in a menagerie of mundane thoughts, while our body is literally getting hit by a bus. Seriously, unawareness is the leading cause of death in our world. Awareness of our bodies, our thoughts and actions is the only clear path to a life that you love. It is only a conversation away. Conversations are by far the most important part of life. Everything ever created in this world started with a conversation. Whether it was an internal conversation or with another or even a group. All things began as a string of thoughts and words colliding with the present moment. So, what conversation do you want to have? Can you start to create powerful conversation that will transform your life and the life of every life form you meet? You can and will. In fact, it's truly what you are here to do. You are here to enforce love into every conversation you have. When you begin this process with yourself, presence will arise. When presence arises, the opportunity to share it will almost certainly arrive. When doubts creep into your mind, stop thinking. Doubts are any thought that is not in line with loving your life. They seep in at the most inopportune times. Just being aware of these thoughts is enough to gain power from them. In these moments, simply focus on nature, or your present surroundings, and on your breathing. You see, thoughts that bring up any feeling of I am less are the enemy of a great life. They will always be there, hiding in the background. Our past is a part of us, but it cannot define us. Simply being aware of the many ways our minds can think these lesser thoughts is the key to turning them around. Being aware that you're internally saying, I am less, is easily switched to, I am more. It is the practice of constant awareness that gives less and less power to the beast in our brains. Again, forgiveness is essential to this process. Always pre-blessing the moment will create awareness, and in turn the conversation become transformational. We all fail to see the signs before we become aware of the now. But the wonderful part is that signs never stop coming. The strength and love of human compassion is constantly surrounding you and giving you the answers. It could be the right song coming on at the perfect time, or the perfect stranger just in the nick of time to save the horrible situation you are in. It could be your soulmate finally finding you just when you are about to give up on love. A more common theme is that you think of an old friend and they suddenly call you. The point is, how amazing could your life be if you became a whiz at seeing the signs that universe is creating for you? What truly happens is those same signs, if followed, will become milestones and accomplishments and ultimately a legacy for you to leave behind for a more blessed generation. Once we are in this state of presence and enlightenment, we will be ready to create the world around us. All of our dreams will be laid out in an obvious path. In the moments you are reading these words is a great place to practice presence. When we read, our minds sway to past or future thoughts. We can read through chapters and not retain any of it as our brains are recreating these previous pictures and conversations we had. Be now aware of this, and refocus on the words and the message within them. Awareness is the only way to battle with the past creeping up on us and taking over the conversation in our minds. Your trifecta of power, mind, body and spirit can defeat this always. Simple exercises can help the process of becoming more present. You can create and explore exercises to get more clear path to enlightenment. Simple thing like studying nature, clouds, rain, wind, trees and all of nature. Just by listening and observing and clearing your mind of any old thought. Staying focused on your breathing and your body is another fantastic way to meditate on presence. Enlightenment does always seem to be out of the reach of the common man. Nothing could further from the truth. It's been concealed just like the all great teachings were in the early stages of mankind. The real definition of enlightenment is simply to fully exist in the present moment of the now. When we practice and commit to the now, we are trusting in nature, God and our soul. The answers to life's toughest questions simply unfold and we think, hey, I knew that. Anyone can do their best to give you the answers, yet you have them already. You will not find them for yourself until your awareness is in line with the ultimate presence or the now. The obvious path will present itself and off you will go, loving your life. The great news is no one is banished from the now. Enlightenment is for everyone to achieve. The world will work much better the more people are aligned with the present moment. It will take a tough analysis of yourself and the way you have been living. It will also take cleaning up all of the messes of the past. When we carry grudges, judgment and sadness with us from past relationships, it can be very hard to stay present. We can have moments of clarity that make an impact, but we are soon back to our habit of rehashing the past. If we clean up these things, life is an entirely new experience. That will mean that you may have to swallow your pride more than once. Understanding others is a lifelong journey, yet it can become an adventure of joy and creativity when we have a clear space to thrive with others. The power of teamwork becomes a thrill and everyone in that space feels alive. Forgiveness is the key to the kingdom of the now. It can be difficult to ask for and seem impossible to give. Yet, it is essential to being present and living a full life in the present moment. The most important forgiveness is of the self. Forgiving oneself allows you access to life. We must feel we are deserving of love to receive love. We also must do this in every continuous moment to live powerfully. The word forgive is wonderful to break down. The word for means pre. The latter word, giving, means to honor and blessing. When we forgive the present moment, we bless it. It is a continuous prayer. The more that we bless and thank each moment, the easier and more fluent life becomes. You deserve everything this world and universe has to offer. You are that special and rare. Your pain and struggle has a reason for being. When we can accept ourselves, our past, and our so-called enemies, even the light of the world lights up and a clear and exciting new world begins. Let's explore that place in these pages. In this space and time, let's create the you that is waiting behind the veil of aloneness and stuck in the web of the past. Shine through and create an amazing life for yourself. I am committed to this transformation for you. You are not alone. You are not your past. You are the most incredible, impossible possibility ever created. You are the human body, mind and spirit, and you can feel the common sense.